Tuesday, January the 12th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Lots to talk about here as we move forward in time, so let's get right into it. I'm going to start off the video here with a look from the Beech Mountain Parkway camera, courtesy of ResortCams.com. Look at all the snow on the ground there high atop Beech Mountain. Some of the recent rounds of snow showers that have moved through the mountain zones. 25 degrees there as I'm cutting the video. Again, that camera courtesy of ResortCams.com. Look at all the mountain temperatures this morning. 20s, a few teens mixed in here and there. Just a cold morning there in the mountains, and it's cold down in our area too. Now, while we're talking about the mountains, here's the Cataloochee Ski Resort area web camera. Snow guns fired up this morning. That is indeed a welcome sight as the ski conditions continue to look very, very nice. We'll get the updated ski numbers a little later on this morning in terms of the base steps and whatnot. 23 there, Maggie Valley. And there's your numbers in terms of the latest update. The resorts will be updating those numbers here in just a bit for today. But the bottom line is if you have a ski trip planned here as we go through the course of this week or this weekend, you're in pretty good shape. This conditions look very, very nice. I'd encourage you to head up that way. There's the Greensboro Tower camera. And looking pretty good this morning. Just cold, 24 now at the PTI Airport. A little bit of a wind stirring around, the wind chill rather, at 17. There's your highs across the country yesterday. Pretty cool day. Birmingham 45, Knoxville 36 for a high across the Carolinas. We had low 40s in the Triad zones. It was a sub-freezing day yesterday for many mountain spots. Charlotte area, a lot of mid-40s on the board yesterday afternoon. And I think today a little bit milder, maybe 5 to 7 degrees warmer today in many spots in comparison to what we had yesterday. Now, it's cold this morning. You want the coats for sure as you head on out the door. 20s and 30s. Again, some teens in the mountains mixed in here and there, and even a couple folks in the Piedmont zones in the upper teens, such as Reedsville. There's your radar this morning. Already a few snow flurries have been moving through the mountains. A fairly expansive area of light to moderate snow up toward the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes region. That is with this Clipper system diving on into the region. Now, the main energy, the main dynamics with this well off to the north. First things first, as this system approaches, we will see some pretty gusty southwesterly winds. And then as we get into the afternoon, I think a little shot of some snow showers up in the mountains. Now, there's not any color contours differentiating between rain and snow here on the high-resolution rapid refresh, but you get the idea. It's a quick shot of some snow showers this afternoon in the mountains, and maybe even a sprinkle or a flurry making it east of the mountains and down into a few of the Piedmont spots and foothill spots, but that will not be a big deal. Winds will be gusty today. Those winds out of the southwest, maybe gusting 25, 30-plus miles per hour, higher mountain wind gusts as well, especially late today as the wind direction kicks around out of the northwest and the colder air begins to take hold up that way. So there's your highs today. Not too bad, but turning pretty chilly tonight. There's your lows tonight into our Wednesday morning. And it's going to be a cold Wednesday. That high pressure building throughout the region. I think our highs tomorrow look like that across the region. Pretty chilly day overall. Now, Thursday looks good. We'll get that high pressure off to the south of us, and that means a southwesterly flow gets established here in our region. So Thursday looks pretty good. Sunshine and highs back up above 50 in many Piedmont spots. Now, as we get into the weekend, I'll show you more detail on this in just a second, but here's the idea from the European model. Still looks like a double-barreled low pressure moving through Friday, especially in the afternoon and into the evening hours, and then the next system could very well stay a little bit too suppressed off to the south to bring us any precipitation Sunday. Again, more on that in just a second, but it looks like a pretty good rain event late Friday and Friday night. European model printing out over an inch and even close to 2 inches of rain over toward I-95, a half inch to 1 inch. Closer to I-85, and a couple of shots of cold air on the way. There is your shot of cold air for tomorrow. By the way, what this plot is temperatures at 5,000 feet. And then look at this, an even colder blast of air floods into the eastern part of the country, on the European computer model at least, by Monday. So on that European model, you have highs in the low and mid-30s Monday afternoon. All right, so let's kind of take this here one at a time. There's the European computer model solution for Friday evening. There's your low pressure along the coast, and that's a pretty good shot of rain. The GFS model, let's see, there's what it looks like for Friday evening. Same deal, pretty good shot of rain rolling in late in the day on Friday. Now you go out to the next potential system, and the European has this suppressed well off to the south. This is Sunday evening, so you just end up with a cool and dry day Sunday. Let's see if I stuck the GFS chart in there. I don't think I did, but the idea was the same. Oh, well, here it is. Yes, here we go. This is GFS, and it has precipitation a little bit further inland on Sunday afternoon, but still the low pressure a little bit too far south. Now, the upper level energy, I did not stick that chart in there. The upper level energy actually looks pretty good over the Gulf of Mexico, and it would not take a whole lot of changes for this to be a more amplified system and make things a little more interesting around here Sunday, and that is certainly a possibility as the scenario and the disturbances involved get a little bit more better modeled as we go forward in time. It would just take a little bit more of a negative tilt here with this in the Gulf of Mexico to make for a more interesting forecast Sunday, so we'll see. Canadian model, I'm sorry, this is the GFS model. I'll get my charts out of order here. I just wanted to show you a couple snapshots down the road. This is next Friday on the GFS, and then all the way out to the following Wednesday. So the parade of systems there, and with cold air around, you have to watch out for potential fun and games. Now let's talk about the cold shot next week. This is the European ensemble mean, and this is a really cold look for an ensemble mean. This is Sunday evening. That is a good shot of cold air being indicated there on that ensemble mean. So yeah, I mean, for an ensemble mean product, these are 850 millibar temperatures. That's cold stuff. And so I do think that is going to be an impressive shot of cold air that plunges on in here Monday and Tuesday or so of next week. Now looking further down the line, this is a look at the GFS ensemble mean from 0Z today. And this is a look at the pattern as you get deeper toward the end of the month of January. So this is out Monday the 25th, so a little less than 2 weeks from now. You have a big ridge near the west coast. And if you look carefully, you can see that the subtropical jet, the subtropical branch looks pretty active. There's cold air around in the eastern part of the country. And it's a very similar look there on the European ensemble mean out in that same basic time period. Again, ridging out west, disturbances heading eastward, some cold air around. Now, in that type of setup, if this is correct, if this is the general idea, some of the systems could track to the north of the Carolinas and bring us rain. But also with this cold air around, that would set up the possibility of some wintry type of precipitation at times. Maybe some cold air damming type of events with this setup too. So if you're a winter weather fan, I don't think the long-term look is bad. You don't want cold just to kind of overwhelm the pattern. But in that setup that looks like it's trying to unfold later in the month, you have cold air close enough that you're going to have a chance to have enough cold air around for wintry precip. And if you keep that southern branch active, now that's when you could have some fun and games. Now, it's going to be very difficult to get a handle on things. And again, I think we'll have to keep a watch on Sunday, too, just to make sure that things don't develop a little more with that Gulf low. But it's going to be one of those deals where you might see the systems continue to be pretty poorly modeled until you get right up on an event. It's a chaotic pattern, a lot of pieces of energy flying around. So that's going to be one of those deals where you have to be more patient than normal with us here as we continue to refine forecast details as we move forward. All right, that's it for today. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.